It's a Friday night game before the high school playoffs north of Atlanta. And there are at least a dozen teenagers from both teams, including cheerleaders, who have something important in common. Their families can afford to let them play thanks to these two women cheering from the stands.
Last count, we've helped over 1,300 kids.
Allison Giddens and her mother Dave Krache started something special after a heart attack stole the life of Allison's father and Donna's husband in 2009. Dave Krache was a local sports fan who couldn't find a little league or after-school program he didn't love. So they thought the best way to honor him was to start raising money to help student athletes and their families.
A lot of people don't realize how expensive it is.
It's the last thing on a person who's already struggling with a budget.
Yep.
That comes last.
Sports.
Roof over the head.
Right.
Food, clothes.
Yep.
Medical. What else is on the list? Oh, by the way, Mom, I need $250 to play basketball.
Yep. We've helped with helmets. One high school that specifically was turning kids away because they didn't have enough helmets.
Many American families can spend thousands of dollars a year to put just one child in just one sport.
What about jerseys?
Jerseys are $120 a piece.
Shane Queen is head football coach at one of the high schools here and says the mother and daughter have helped more than 100 of his kids stay on his team by covering the registration fees that student athletes have to pay. And on his varsity team, that's more than $400 a year.
We want our kids to know we'll find the money somewhere, some way.
We saw a tear in his eye as he explained how he could relate back when he was the young athlete in these photos.
Well, I do remember a certain time I wanted to play an extra season of baseball, and my dad was a truck driver and he couldn't afford it. And I had a necklace that my uncle had given me and I had to sell it to play sports.
What are some of the fees that you're seeing that you guys are covering?
Cheerleading is very expensive. We can see around here that could be $1,500.
And you guys will cover portion or all of that for a child?
A portion of it, yes.
Portion.
The idea is so that there always has to be a little bit of buy-in from a parent. Then we know the kid's a little more likely to show up to practice.
Right.
His mom or dad or grandma will make sure of it.
How do you raise money?
We've held a softball tournament, we had a 5K run, but we'll even do things for just the adults. We'll have a wine tasting.
And people want to give where they can see immediate impact. We make sure that the kids in the donors' backyards get help.
One of those kids in the backyard is 8-year-old Jackson Schellinger, whose father died a few years ago.
He's always going to remember this. Always. And he tells me all the time, Mommy, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Another is 11-year-old Cameron Major, whose mother says her son is absolutely a better student because of football. She just wishes his feet would stop growing.
If you jump to an 11 and a half,
that's another expense.
you have to.
Buy some more cleats.
Are you putting your mama in the cleat business with these growing feet?
Absolutely.
The parents, teachers, and after-school programs that are getting this help all underline that it's more than just fun and games for the kids.
They're learning how to overcome disappointment. Oh, we didn't win. They're learning perseverance. They're learning so much from just this little opportunity to play a little basketball, do a little martial arts, or whatever that is.
If you think of growing up playing a sport, that's where you learn how to win and lose. That's when you get some of your best friends. I love the idea of other people in other cities copying this idea. Run with it. I don't own the idea.
Every time the two of you see one of your kids in action or in a photo, I bet you're smiling at the heavens and thinking of your dad, your husband.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
He'd get a kick out of it.
Oh, he would.